I was asking, I'm like, I find me a X dimension by X dimension office desk that has these parameters for sale. And then it's like, here's 15 desks that meet that. And then I click on like number 1 and it's like wrong dimensions, retard, go back. And like, I have to go down to like number 4 before they actually start hitting it.
Why do you need so I read your thing in WhatsApp, how you're looking at like weightlifting benches because they're gets more capacity for the dollar than tables. Why do you need a table that holds so much weight?
No, it didn't have to do with well, mayhaps.
He's getting stroked out on that fucking table.
I'm laying face down, getting blasted on the fucking table. But no, I was looking for a new desk for my office because this desk I'm at right now, my main desk is too small. And then my desk came with a exact same height, extra 24 by probably 26 table that I have my second monitor on. And then over there, this thing didn't attach to the desk well. And so I have to put like a little IKEA thing there. And so I've got like an 84-inch setup here width of stuff. Right. And so what I want a really wide desk, like something like 84 inches long minimum, but I also want a depth of 30 inches on the desk. And because I don't want it to have pegs and then in the middle more pegs and then at the end more pegs, I just want it to have like the legs at the very ends of the table so I can scoot freely. I just started looking, and the only things that fit that bill were workshop benches for like woodworking shit. And it's like, oh, this is a perfect thing. It's 96 by 30. And I'm like, fuck, 96 is way too long for like a desk that I'm using this, but 30 is the perfect thing. Yeah, 8 foot. I'd prefer a 7 foot one, but there's none of those I can find. I'm still so in the fact finding process. Today was the first time I looked at those, and then I was talking to Chiz about it, and he had some solid ideas. But yeah, the basement's still so far from finished. It's not a big deal. But I want a big desk, 30 inches deep minimum. I like that because this one I'm at right now is 26 and a half, and I would like a deeper desk. And every single thing that came up, I found regular desks, like executive style desks.
What about this?
All thousands of dollars. Or I found one that was like, oh, is this a 2-person desk? Because I don't want that middle shit.
Well, just ignore the two. There's no middle shit. There's no divider.
Oh, okay.
No, the picture looks like what you want. And I think the legs might be metal and the support in the middle could be metal, implying it doesn't like sag.
Yeah, it's a full frame. You can see.
Well, what is the depth on this, Kyle? Where's the depth?
This is 78 by 30.
27.56. So that would be 1 inch more depth than what I have now. I want a little more than that. But
well, I mean,
this is a nice depth. This is the right.
Is not wide.
100%.
It's so inexpensive, $206.
This is.
I was going to say, if you want to pay a lot, you could make it yourself.
If you want to really waste money,
like 1,500, right? Like for 1,500, you'd have a lifelong desk, right? If you're doing some of the work yourself, and what I would get is a nice big chunk of live wood, like pretty wood that had been sealed, and then I would get a full mouse pad desk cover, maybe, or like a really extra large mouse pad. But if you can't get your shit mounted on there, that's no good. Anyway, I've got an Amazon desk, but I love it. It's like the entire top is a mouse pad and it's curved.
How
like
big
the
is
part
it?
That faces
How big is the desk?
It's really deep. Like, I don't know. I'd have to find it online. I bet it's only 5 feet wide, though, is the thing.
And you have 2 monitors?
I have 3. I've got my main monitor is, I think this is 32, but it might be smaller. It's whatever Shroud uses. That's how I shop for monitors. I've got a BenQ in the middle that's fairly big. And then I've got like a side one over here, and I got a side one up there that are just on like Dr. Octopus arms that come up, and I can move them around however I want.
I think I would just want the 2 monitor setup because I did the 3 for a while, and I just like the feel of just having 2.
Yeah, 2's fine. I like the third. The third one up there is usually like media, and then the one over here is usually Discord or maps. And then, obviously I'm playing on the other one, so it's nice.
I like 3. I have a horizontal one in front of me, that I use like 90% of the time. And then I have 2 vertically oriented ones on either side. I used to have them horizontal, but damn, like it gets so far away I can't read across the room. But vertically oriented, they're both kind of close to me. And usually I have things I like, for example, right now there's details on these classes for a video game I'm playing, and I can see like where the special runes and armor sets are that I'd want to go find. And or sometimes I have a map over there for a game, and second
maps are big. Like if you're playing a game that requires one of those like Tarkov style where you have to have that map open, adding that third monitor is life changing, because you kind of need one for Discord when you're gaming with a group. You want to be able to see make sure nobody's muted, and you're not muted, stuff like that. And then you got to have that map open too.
Discord on the side, just so I like see who wrote me, or who's ready to play, stuff like that.
What is your desk, Woody? Is yours is straight, not L shaped at some point over there?
Yeah, but I made it. It's like 9 feet long. There was a time when Colin and I shared it, so he would be on the side, and I have a lot of room, and then he would have room too. Now I just have it all to myself. So I have this 9-foot desk. I made the top, and then it's supported on one side by this like half-height server rack that I put all my computer and audio shit in, and then the other half is a filing cabinet.
Okay, that's what Chiz told me to do.
Oh, really?
When I talked to him earlier today, he was like, just look into like getting a giant board or like a butcher block and put it on top of 2 file cabinets or whatever. And a lot of people like that.
You could do that.
A really good idea.
In the woodworking space, people who make their own workbenches sometimes buy the top. You can buy the top, and then you'd be there. Okay. And it's thick. It's like, they call it 8-quarter, but it's 2-inch wood that wouldn't bow so much.
And how deep is your desk, do you think? Like it
must threaten 3 feet.
Oh, that's a big desk.
Yeah, it's really big. I needed a lot. I wanted a lot of space, and
sick. That's
so you could also do like a wall mounted desk. And if
no, I don't want wall mounted.
Well,
I want to be able to shift it, move it, I don't want to be static.
I would prefer a wall mounted desk if I weren't going to be out of here in 9 months and then maybe to Florida or something, or wherever else. I would, whenever I settle down, I'll definitely do like I like floating stuff in general. I like those floating beds where you can't see the bottom. And even if I had to do like chains to the ceiling to support the corners that were near me, but I don't think that's necessary. You just got
to the ceiling.
Yeah, well, I mean,
all that would do is make sure. All that would do is make sure that if he wanted his desk to support 500 pounds, fall backwards. No,
I don't think. I think Kyle's right, because if you're just doing like heavy duty shelf supports to hold your desk, which is like what a floating desk would be like, dude, you're asking a lot out of screws into studs.
I would take chains.
The way the leverage works, but pressing over here, I could rip those screws out of the wall pretty easily.
Right now, I'm leaning on my Kyle, Woody, and I always both are leaning forward when we're doing the show. I've noticed.
I'm back.
Kyle's always
literally reclined.
Back. Like I always have to be like active when I'm talking into the mic, and so I don't want to be leaning on something that is wall supported for long periods of time, because it's gonna weaken. You
could even take just like 1-inch cube steel, like conduit or whatever, and just run it straight up from the corners, and then you could use those as mounts or whatever. I like the idea of a floating desk. That's unnecessary complications though. But I think once you've got the reason I like that idea though is because it's easier than making table legs, because that's difficult, and getting that right and being happy with it, I think, is a difficult, like, higher skill gap than just mounting it to the wall and having those supports come out, especially if you're only 30 inches deep. The deeper you go, obviously, the more complicated that becomes.
I found a 36-inch deep one, and I went down in my basement, and it's only framed right now, but I took out some wood blocks and framed where that would be, and I was like, oh, 36-inch deep. That's a little much, because my current desk I measured is 26.5 inches deep, and another 10 inches on that would just be, there would be dead space behind where my stuff should be, and I wouldn't be taking advantage of that space. Hard to tell. I don't know, but